back with our 4th video of our 7-part series, taking red to green, using the functional movement screen. The 4th one that we're going to cover today is our torso stability, so that's our torso stability push-up. This is how we take somebody from less than perfect push-up into what we would basically call a perfect push-up, to where you're moving the body together as one unit, creating a nice, solid, stable core throughout the entire range of motion. So, just like with the rotary stability, I want to just kind of point out the mobility side of the continuum. We should already be cleared before we get in here. I talked about this last week whenever I went over rotary stability stuff. We want to make sure the body can actually get into a good position before we're asking it to stabilize. So we want to make sure we clear mobility, then we're going to work our stability progressions. We've already cleared our soft core now, so now we're getting into our hard core for our torso stability. So we're going to start here with our static stability. What I want to do here is the bump, so that's going to be our push-up plank. So Steve is going to take me through the progressions like we've been doing each week. And we're going to start here, static stability, just learning where my spine is, learning how to breathe, and being able to stabilize in that very static isometric position. And then we're going to move on to an assisted mountain climber. So I'm still going to be in the same position, however I'm just going to be raising a leg, taking away a base of support, challenging my stability a little bit more with the dynamic control there. And then finally he's going to take me through some push-up progressions. We're not going to dive in too deep on push-up progressions. There's a ton of progressions that you guys can, you can find on the interwebs and get that going. So he's going to take me from push-up, and then we'll also just briefly talk about the power, to where we can add a clap or do other things following the strength power continuum here. So Steve, why don't you start me out with the pup, and we'll go through the push-up plank, take me all the way up to strength.
Okay, let's get started on some torso stability push-up progressions. I'm going to go ahead and grab this band, because first I want to demonstrate the push-up position plank assisted, and then we'll go from there, and we're going to assist each one of these exercises before we pull the assistance away, and we'll show you how we do that. So I'm just going to, for the sake of a video, hold the band. We would attach this band up to either a rack or a hook or in a doorway with a band utility strap to make sure the band's secured. I'm just going to go ahead and hold it today to demonstrate these exercises. So we'll have Jared just go ahead and hop inside the band and wrap it around his chest underneath his armpits. And just go ahead and get into push-up position. So I'm going to put the band around his lumbar, around his stomach area here. And like I said, this band would be up and anchored to something to where it's pulling him up and back, making this exercise a lot easier for him. So we could start this exercise with a really thick purple band and work down to a black and work down to a red and an orange, or whatever the colors of the bands that you use may be is fine. But basically what we can do is start him with band progressions, then start to lower those down until he's using less and less and less band, until he's using no band at all. And that would be the push-up plank progressions. From there, we're going to make it a little bit more dynamic, and we're going to take him into the assisted mountain climber. So by now, hopefully he's got a solid push-up plank, and then we can make this movement, add some movement to this with a little assistance. So now we have movement with assistance. This is going to help him keep his core in the right spot, give him a good proprioceptive feel for this exercise, give him some training wheels, and then we're going to slowly start to take the training wheels away over time, and that could be anywhere from 1 session to a month, depending on the client. And then we're going to actually bring him into assisted push-ups. So when we get into our push-up progressions, once again, we'll start with the band. We'll anchor the band up nice and high, and this is going to basically, as he lowers down to his push-up, it's going to give him more stretch and more assist to help pull him out of the push-up. And this is a great way to learn the push-ups in comparison to doing push-ups on your knees or a lot of other push-up progressions. And then we slowly, once again, take the band tension away with time until he's doing normal push-ups, and then we can progress into more difficult push-up variations, and then into power, maybe some plyo push-ups, clap push-ups, whatever you want to do, depending on the fitness level and the core stability of your client. So all the way, once again, from mobility And then we're going to go through static stability, dynamic stability with assistance, and then we're going to take the assistance away. And then the same thing with the push-up progressions. Assistance, take the assistance away, and then work them into some more powerful movements.